Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AkuruboStudios, and it's time for AkuruboSports. My name is Pelpuo Osman, and this time around, we are going to look into the decline of Ghana Blackstars. I have my good friend, Fresh Famangos. Fresh. Let's talk about the decline of Ghana football. Then, according to Ghana Web, the Black Stars of Ghana have dropped into the latest FIFA Coca-Cola rankings after a winless run in the October international break. The Black Stars have moved 3 places down from the 7th position to 73rd place globally, whilst they sit 14th on the continent, 14th in Africa, then 73rd in the world. Too bad. Fresh.
Absolutely bad.
What do you think are the causes?
Indeed, anytime we talk about Black Stars, I think the company stories is tantamount to bring a huge heartache and heart bleeding.
Okay.
Because for the past couple of years, we have been draining, we have been declining, and we've further plummeted into the ditch. And the story you just read is a good testament to how deep we have sunk as a nation. And to enumerate on the causes that has led us to this ditch, I think it's a whole thesis that we can write.
But let's try to summarize it. Let's try to summarize it. Just something in brief.
And if you ask me, indeed, our handlers of the game, that is, those are the top brass of the Ghana Football Association, have not been honest. They have not been honest to our game.
Okay.
And that has been a huge factor or a huge enigma to our recent decline. Let's look at the man, Simon Akroku. When he was campaigning for power, he indeed promised us heaven on earth. He did say a number of things he would do to make sure he will parachute Ghana football so that we'll go to the highest pinnacle. Today, is that the story? No. And I always say, how he's managing our national teams, it is not the best at all. Let's take the Ghana Blackstars as our case study, because we're here to speak on Ghana Blackstars. Maybe in a subsequent episode, we could come and look at the decline of what Ghana football in totality. But today,
let's look at the Blackstars.
The Blackstars. Ever since he took office, when he was coming to office, Ghana Blackstars globally were ranked 40th. Today, we are at 73rd. Isn't that a bad omen? When he was coming to pick from the normalization committee, Black Stars were ranked 7th. Today on the continent,
we are 14th.
We've gone down 7 more times. And it tells you nothing is indeed working to our advantage, because it's more like we are politicizing the national team collapse. And he's not having time, to look into the coaches we appoint. Under Kaito Kraku, we've appointed 4 new managers. Because when he came on 2019, Coach James Kwesi was at the helm of affairs. And for continuity's sake, even the government of the day, led by His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, pleaded with them because he didn't want to impose a giver on the Black Stars. So he pleaded with them for continuity's sake. Why wouldn't they stick to a Ghanaian and a Kwesi Appiah? Perhaps that will bring continuity to our development. But Ketokroko opted and says to the president, the body of game he wants his administration to play, Coach Kwesi Appiah does not have such credentials. So he needed to go in for someone who possess those credentials. Then he appointed Kwesi Appiah's assistant, CK Akuno. When CK came, what was the story? They wanted to impose players on him whenever there's a call-up. And on record, Keto Kraku made mention and pledges that there's no a single football federation that gives that opportunity or that nod to a single head coach to call up players. That at least the FA Chiefs will have hand in it. So the amount of manipulation they wanted to, impose on CK. That was a more reason why CK indeed was outspoken he said a lot to the media, and that was a resultant reason why he left the Black Stars shores. And from there, we brought the man Milo. The Milo took us to one of our West African AFCON performance ever.
Okay.
That was the 2021 AFCON. Yes, indeed, at Cameroon.
Yeah.
We exited from the group stage. Ghana couldn't even command a single win. And ever since Ghana joined CAF, that is in the year 1963 to 2021, we have never had a bad women's season or a woeful AFCON than we had. And it was under the belt of what? Keto Kroku. As if that was not enough, they went, Milovan and then brought Otado. Otado managed to pull some miracle and qualify Ghana to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We handed him that role. He went to the World Cup and exited what? On the group stage. We could only manage to beat South Korea. And on that fateful day, if you have a pregnant woman who was watching that game, could either lead to miscarriage.
Okay.
Look at the pressure South Korea gave us. I think that day no Ghanaian could sit comfortable in what they gave. But we were all occupying what? The edges of our seats.
Okay.
We were on literally tenterhooks. Otto, after the World Cup exit, he chose Dortmund over the Blasters of Ghana.
So
and that again speaks volume about what? Our poor decision making. So we gave the team to Chris, who was what? The technical advisor. Chris took us to the AFCON, recorded another worst performance again, 0 win.
Okay.
So basically, Keto Kroku took us to 3 major tournaments, i.e. the 2021 AFCON, the 2022 World Cup, and then the 2024 Ivory Coast AFCON. 3 major tournaments. We only managed just a single win, and we exited in the group stages in all the 3 competitions.
So basically, administratively, we have failed.
We have failed.
That is one cause.
Absolutely.
Led by Kets Okreku as GFA head. So tactically, technically, basically, we have failed.
Sure.
That is one reason. Don't you also think the players are part of the problem?
For me, I will attribute a 0 cause to our players.
Our decline.
Yes. The players, they have nothing to offer as far as our decline is concerned.
But one will say,
because these players, when they go to their respective clubs, they did get what? These beautiful numbers. There's what do you call it? Mohamed Kudus, after the international break, he went to his club and then book a goal. Inaki Williams a brace.
Yeah.
Jordan Ayew had his first goal for Leicester City. Isaku Fatau turned to a provider. So if you look at our players individually, they are doing what? The good work. But anytime we have a gaffer, it is upon this gaffer to bring these players together and then find what? A culture around them.
Okay.
This culture will lead to what? A deep or a robust what? Team chemistry.
So the primary cause of the decline of the Black Stars is as a result of poor administration.
Because we don't hire the best coaches available.
Okay.
We don't hire the best coaches available.
Okay. So now let's look into the way forward. Moving forward, what are some of the measures we need to put in place?
Due to time constraint, I'll just be snappy.
Okay.
And my analysis here. You know, gone are the days. I don't know. John Atikofio in the early 2000s, he was in Ghana, the late Atikofio. Thanks for that adjective, the late, because it's no more. He designed what? A football philosophy. Aim at what? Qualifying Ghana to the 2006 World Cup. And this blueprint was designed somewhere in 2001. And by 2006, the philosophy began to reap fruit and were enjoyed from what? Those fruits.
Okay.
And if you even cast the net wide, it again fetches what? The under 20 World Cup trophy in 2009 that Egypt hosted.
Okay.
So that is that deep a thought. We are expecting Keto Kroku to sit down and then find a deep blueprint other than doing cut and paste. Matramakwe in your own language. But that cannot
in his own language.
Well, for me, I don't understand.
That was a phrase Ket used when he parted ways with CK.
Yes.
No,
when he parted ways with James Kwesi Appiah.
James Kwesi Appiah.
Yes, but now he's using the Matrimakwe. What's the meaning of Matrimakwe?
It's a Ghana language.
Ghana language.
No more try and see.
Try and see. Let me try and see me. Matrimakwe. Today I've learned one language. I've learned a phrase in Ghana.
The people of Ghana.
And now, after this, I'll call you and discuss Matrimakwe with you.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is, let's go and then retool our youth systems.
Okay.
The under 17, the under 20, perhaps that's where our future will lie on. If you look at the current under 17 teams, if you are not a club affiliated to Kaito or the ESCO members, there's no way your player will get the opportunity to be called to under 17.
But there are some few players that are there.
That is a handful, a minute fraction of what? The number. Are you getting me? So
one can even argue that there are more.
One cannot argue because this is what? A statement of fact. The under 20, a similar thing can be said about it. But previously, we used to come through the under 20 championship, under 15 championship, the inter-school colleges games. That is where Sule Montari, Michael Esiang, John Mensah were all spotted from. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So until we tow such a fruitful path, there's no way we'll be yearning to consume fruit where you are reaping something dangerous. I get to the point I'm making. So until we do that, I don't think we can, shove our game from this ditch and then send it to the rosy land. And Keto Kroku at this point, I believe he will be thinking like the man Pluto. You know, Pluto is one of the greatest philosophers to ever live. He'll be thinking like Pluto to come out with what? A plausible solution to our current rules. Else, I think we will plummet further. We are just on 73rd, is that not it?
73rd in the world.
If plausible measures are not put in place, you can catch us at what? 100 and something. This is what we did. In the early 2000s, Kotoko and House of Folk used to dominate African champions competitions, be it the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederation Cup. But little by little, these clubs were dropping. They thought, it was just a calamity, an instant calamity that will go and leave them in the short spell. To this day, as we speak, both Kotoko and Haas are finding it difficult to even get the qualification to the CAF Confederation Games. So if care is not taken, Blackstars would decline more than these two former powerhouses, Kotoko and Haas.
Okay, thank you, Fresh Famangos, and then God bless our homeland.
Pleasure is mine. But then, if you're listening to us, you can go to Babala's Sports World to get all your replica jerseys, be it football, boots, basketball, football, anything that has to do with sports. Babala's Sports World get you covered as far as that aspect is concerned.
I'll give you an invoice. You pay for that.
No problem.
Okay. So God bless our homeland, Ghana. Do follow us, AkuruboStudios. We are out.
We are out. But we'll be back with what? More episode. Bye.